More than 2,400 baby remains found last year in the home of an Indiana abortion doctor are set to be buried. Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill says a graveside service will be held tomorrow in South Bend. The baby remains resulted from abortions performed by Dr. Ulrich Klopfer. They were found in his garage after his death last September. Joining us now via Skype is Swayze Liebel. She is the State Policy Director for Pro-Life Group, Susan B. Anthony List. Sue, thank you so much for being back on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Sue, tell us, how did tomorrow's burial come about, and did Catholic and Christian leaders play a role in it?
Well, actually, tomorrow's burial service here in Indiana, I'm in Indiana, is the result of the Attorney General of the state of Indiana, Curtis Hill, and the South Bend prosecutor and law enforcement there. Attorney General Hill has done all he can do in the investigation and trying to identify remains and the paperwork and whatnot. And that is over now, and it is time to bury them with dignity. And that is, tomorrow's event is designed by our Attorney General, Curtis Hill.
So explain to us why it's so important to bury the baby remains.
Well, I think most people, whatever side they're on this issue, to think that little boys and girls are discarded with medical waste or put in landfills or other ways of disposing of them when they're really human remains, and we take such great care and respect of the dead in our society, except for these little ones. And that's why Indiana actually passed the bill to say that only these remains can be buried or cremated, a dignified end to their little lives.
Have abortion supporters weighed in on this case and on tomorrow's burial?
I'm not aware of the burial, but they're weighing in. They certainly have weighed in all through the last 3 or 4 years in Indiana as the battle for the Indiana legislature to pass the bill, and then subsequently the Supreme Court decision that these human remains could be buried and cremated. That is something that pro-abortion forces did not want to see.
So do you think tomorrow's burial will have a bigger meaning for the pro-life movement?
Absolutely, I do. While it is a very somber occasion, it almost feels like there's finally some dignity that's brought to the situation of abortion, brought to this terrible scourge on our society, and the women who were involved, who did reach out to the Attorney General during this investigation, thinking that it may be their babies, they have closure as well.
So do you think that more states may enact a similar law?
Yes, in fact, I've been contacted, and the Susan B. Anthony List and our Charlotte Lozier Institute on several occasions. Most state legislative sessions are almost halfway through this year, but Utah, the state of Utah, just passed it through the Senate. The state of Kentucky is deliberating it right now, and several others. Now that the United States Supreme Court has given that the green light, states are wanting to follow suit and bring dignity to the lives of these lost little ones.
Well, Sue, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Sue Swayze Liebel, State Policy Director for Susan B. Anthony List. Again, thank you for your insight.
Thank you.